In this tutorial, we'll quickly talk about the difference between autofill and flashfill. Let's begin with autofill. Autofill allows me to type in information, unless it's already in the spreadsheet, um, in which I can get Excel to notice a pattern and continue that pattern for me. I use this a lot as I'm making an agenda or if I'm doing a schedule. So for example, I might say 8 o'clock a.m., 8:15 a.m., 8:30 a.m. And instead of me going through the whole day to 5 o'clock for the schedule may be making, I've typed in enough that Excel can recognize the pattern. So let me click on the small handle in the bottom right and come down, and you'll notice from the small uh, box that it's right above it um, that it's continuing the pattern. Makes it very easy. If I'm typing in days of the week, then I can do the same. Monday, Tuesday, and notice once it finishes a week, it's just going to start repeating over again. So two very easy items with autofill. If you've created a custom list in autofill, such as I have for some elementary schools, then you can use your custom list to do autofill. You just need to type in enough that it'll recognize, oh, this is a list it's already created. So I'll type in Cimarron Elementary School, which is the first elementary school in my one of my custom lists. So now as I come down, you'll notice the other elementary schools are starting to pop in, and I can click and drag until I see that that school is repeated, go back one and release, and then I have all those schools without having to type them or copy and paste them. So that is autofill. Now let's take a look at flashfill. Flashfill, again, is going to be a helpful feature in Excel, but you have to pay attention when it's available. And it, again, is going to try to recognize and anticipate what you're doing. So here I have a school roster. I've got last names. My column with first names is missing, though, and maybe I accidentally deleted it or it was not in the spreadsheet to begin with. And then I have email addresses. Well, it just so happens that the email addresses happen to be in such a way that it's easy to predict what the names will be. So if I type in the first name in the first cell under first name, looking at the email address, I see that it's Michael. Now when I start typing in the next name, it's going to notice, hey, in the column next to me, it appears he's typing in the first name that happens before the period. Notice that this drop down of grayed out names has appeared. That's a flash fill. If I hit enter right now, that flash fill will go ahead and continue down, repeating that same trend, so to speak, to complete the cells for me. So let me hit enter, and it pastes it in there. If I did not want that entered, let's see. Well, now it thinks I don't want it. So let me come back up here and we'll restart. Well, now okay, there it is. So if you don't want it, keep typing to the end and it'll go away and you can hit enter. If you do want it, then when it appears, while it's appearing there, while it's visible, just hit enter and it will paste for you. If you keep typing, it'll disappear and it will assume that you do not want to use flash fill. Hope that's helpful. And now if you see some of those grayed out items appear, you'll know that's flash fill and it's ready to help you. And hopefully you can make use of that and become more efficient in your work.